The Fool, the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Wands, and the World. One more. The Moon. I feel like you're spinning your wheels and you're feeling overburdened by whatever you're doing. You're working so hard. You might be starting over with something new. You feel like there's a lot of competition around you, negative competition that wants to see you fail on purpose. And you're feeling overburdened by all the duties of life, all the responsibilities of starting something. And then on top of it, you have someone trying to drag you into their muddy oasis. You might be starting something new. Say it's a new business, new adventure, new job. And someone around you knows that you're doing it. You're going after the gold. You're going after the world. You're going after what you want in this world. And you're learning that sometimes when you are starting something, it's best to not say it. You know, say your plans, share your plans with a lot of people, because you never know who's secretly hating you and secretly wishing for your downfall. Maybe you already know who's wishing for your downfall, but you're feeling tired and you're feeling weary and just overworked by it. Like you're carrying so much weight. You're carrying the weight of the world on you, 10 of Wands in the world. But now you're learning to keep it to yourself with the Moon. You're learning that oversharing with people, especially people that you know aren't the nicest, it's probably a mistake. But you can't take back your words. You have to just go forward and move in silence, or just do what you need to do and stay focused on your tasks at hand and not the people around you trying to push you off track. I'm picturing a soccer field, and you know, you're playing in a game. Obviously, you have team members and opposite team members, and you're going to hit the ball, right? You're going to kick the ball, and you're setting up your shot to make a goal. And someone sidelines you and pushes you so you can't kick it. They push you out of bounds. It's kind of like a foul. Like they're pushing you in a way that's unfair. And they're trying to bully you or push you out of the game. And that's exactly what I feel like this person is doing, is trying to push you out of the game. So be wary about your opponents, you know, look in your periphery, but stay focused on the goal and you'll get it. But the less that you share with people just in the time being, probably the better. Because you already have some competition around you that is watching you closely, almost stalking you. And they know that this is new territory for you, and they're just kind of laughing and waiting for your downfall. Okay. What else about this person around you? Especially when you're learning something new, or you're in a new territory in your field, you might hiccup, you might have a few mistakes. So the less that you share, the better, because you're already getting the evil eye from someone from far away. They don't even have to be close to you. You don't even have to see them on a regular basis, but they're watching you somehow. Could be on social media, the internet, stalking, I don't know, who the hell knows. You're trying to go after what you want here, right? You have the Nine of Cups here. You might also be looking for love at this time. You might have gone through some sort of transformation in love. You might be dealing with heartache on top of starting something new, and that could leave you very weary. You're like, I'm starting everything over, like you're starting all the aspects of your life over. And this person doesn't care, but you stay you stay on top of things, and you stay focused, and you know what you not deserve, because no one really deserves success. But if you work hard and you stay true and you don't step on people to get to the top, and you do things out of dignity and you do things well, you will get to an emperor state, where people will respect your work, people will respect you and what you stand for. Especially if you've gone through some tumultuous times. It's heartbreaking, because you could be like, almost feel betrayed by people around you, where you thought they were on your side, you thought they were your friend, you thought they were rooting for you. Meanwhile, they're secretly hating you, secretly wishing that you fail, and they only like you when you're beneath them in their eyes. Like, if you're suffering, they like you, but when you start improving and glowing up and gaining back your self-confidence, they don't like you anymore. It's one of those like shitty energies where they're just, they only want minions around them so they can feel like they're important in their stupid, screwed up mind. So they like foolish energy around them to make themselves feel better. So when you go and you start succeeding, they're not going to like it. And then they turn on you. So rest up. I think there's a huge thing about rest here with the Four of Swords, especially if you're feeling overwhelmed and overworked at this point in time. It's good to kind of rest up. You don't have to rest forever, but like getting a good night's sleep, maybe like not going out and partying just for a couple weeks would be healthy for you. Just maybe taking some R&R, and whatever that means for you, taking a bath, just taking care of yourself, grooming yourself, whatever makes you feel better, whatever makes you feel like you're taking care of yourself, hugging yourself. Maybe you like to stay home and read a book. Maybe you like to just watch some movies and just chill, stretch, relax. Don't do a lot of strenuous yang energy activities. Just for the time being. It doesn't mean they have to be bored, or anything like that. It's more about just taking some time to yourself as you start over. There's going to be a big start for you coming up, and there's a turn of events. Like, the 10 is the end of things, and it's an accumulation of everything. But then on the other side of 10 is 1, and the ace. So you're starting over, and you're getting ready for the next game, right? So like, maybe you got pushed out of the last game, the next game's coming up. So what do athletes do? They rest, they eat well, they stretch, they work out. They don't overwork out themselves, because that would strain the body. So it's just about taking care of yourself and knowing when to rest. And this is the time I'm seeing that you need to take a deep breath, rest as much as possible, sleep as much as possible if you can. Even if you can only do it on the weekends or for one day, sleep in, or take a nap during the day. Give yourself a little bit of a break, because the next step is going to be full of action, and you might feel a little bit tired just from all of the newness of it. While you're healing a broken heart, while you're healing and learning and growing and starting something new, it's all stressful, even if it's exciting. Ooh, starting something new. Ace of Pentacles, exactly. Even excitement is makes you tired, right? Like if you go to, I don't know, you're watching a baseball game and you're like, this is my team, I'm so excited to watch them, and they won, and it was such a fabulous game to watch, and it was like every move was exciting, and it was just all these twists and turns. Even though it's excitement, it still, stresses out your body and strains you. So there's going to be excitement going forward, and there's going to be lots of new opportunity for you, and you know this, and you're creating this, which is amazing. But don't get put off track by haters. Don't get put off track by people that want to push you out of bounds, or act in foul play. So keep to yourself like a Rocky, like you're training, you're resting, you're training by yourself. You're not telling people about your glow up. You're just going to show them, Talk is cheap, but actions speak louder than words sometimes. It's not completely empty words, words are affirming, and that's where things start, but how you prove it is through your actions. So maybe it's just good for now, before, until you get to the next level, until you've kind of had a little bit of practice and a little bit of more experience in this new opportunity that you're embarking in. Kind of keep your lips sealed a little bit, just stay to yourself, because you don't know who is really rooting for your downfall. And even if you do know the person that is, you got to protect yourself a little bit, maybe possibly blocking them on social media, even if they're lurking and you're not friends with them, but you know that they're lurking around you, you could feel them, block them. I'm all about blocking people. Before the internet, if you stopped talking to someone, you broke up with a boyfriend, you broke up with a friend, or whatever it is, you never had to see them again. You never had to hear from them again unless you lived in the same town. But even then, it was by chance that you would bump into them, right? Nowadays, you're bombarded by people all the time. So even if you break up with a friend or a coworker, that you don't want to see anymore, or whatever it is, they can still be lurking around you and watching you, because that's how the internet is. It's just creepy energy. So I'm all about blocking people that are not good for you, that are just wishing you ill harm or giving you the evil eye. Block that shit. Block it out. You don't need to have anyone weigh you down when you're going to the next level in life. It's like someone jumping on your back when you're trying to climb stairs. Why let them? It just makes things harder. You have enough things to learn and enough newness here to keep your mind focused on. You can't let someone drag you down just from their hateful energy. What is this? Ace of Pentacles, huh? The Hierophant. You might be starting, you might be joining a new community, a new group, starting a group of your own. And that's also another reason to kind of stay quiet about it, because if there's someone lurking in your energy that is wishing ill harm for you, they'll follow you into the new group. You don't want that, because then it's just like, I just left this group over here to leave this person behind, and now they're following me into the new group. It's like, ugh, you can't get rid of these leeches, So be careful about what you're exposing to people around you. Unfortunately, it's a little bit paranoid actions, but you got to be careful, especially when you're stepping on new ground, to make sure that there's no bombs in the ground, basically, that will go off on you. It's kind of like tiptoeing into every new square inch of land and making sure that there's no detonation that's going to happen. No one's setting you up, no one's following you, no one's going to bomb you out of your luck, everything that you're building. But I see that you're really putting an end to some sort of weird connection with someone. There's it's not a love connection per se, but it's somebody that just is obsessed with you and wanting to see you fail, because they're bored with their own life, or they're jealous, or they just don't want to see you succeed for some reason out of their own ugliness. So this, and you're like, all right, I gotta get out of here. And now the new groups that you go into, the new jobs that you start, maybe it's a new business that you start, something new that you're starting. It's wise just to not explain yourself or over explain yourself at this time. Some people might be like, well, why are you joining us? And you could be like, because this and that. It's not because you're running away from some ugly people, Keep your business to yourself as you build your new house. Eventually you can explain things, but for right now with the moon, it's telling me keep your plans to yourself and work on it, you know, as an empress would. An empress doesn't blast her personal info on social media. An empress moves in her own ways, in her own life, and doesn't need the self-assurance from other people. She doesn't get confidence from other people's, you know, like, she doesn't get assurance or self-confidence from other people at all. You know, she develops it within her. And whether or not you like the empress is none of her business. She doesn't really care because she knows where she's going. She's dignified. She's classy. She doesn't need to show her body on Instagram to feel loved. You know, she's definitely someone that is astute, and it looks like you are kind of just staying in that realm of energy where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna move on. This is what I'm gonna do. I know that there's someone watching me. Block them. Keep them away as much as you can without starting a fight. Don't get involved with them. Don't engage with them personally. If they reach out to you personally, just don't ever respond. Just act like you are invisible, and hopefully they'll fall off. But you know, these leeches that just want to suck the life out of you just because of they're just dark. They're just dark inside, and they just want to see you fail so they can feel good about themselves. The less that you pay attention to them, the better. And that's basically it. Especially when you're doing something new, there's a lot of chances for you to, you know, mess up at certain points or make mistakes. So why have your mistakes on blast from other people that want to see you fail? They're just, you know what I mean? It just adds more burn to the cut. So that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting here. Will this person mess with you in the next coming month? Are they going to do anything or reach out to you personally? We have the Empress twice, and that's a yes. Okay. So be wary about people that, you know, are definitely out to get you or want to push you out of bounds. Remember, the Empress is all about harmony and femininity, art and beauty. She doesn't mess around with just ugly energy. And there's always gonna be other people that want to take her spot because she's the Empress. She has the best seat in the house, right? And she knows how to govern in a mature way, in a nurturing way. So don't let people take advantage of you, and don't let people mess you up especially when you're focusing on something important, starting over. You know, you have a huge opportunity in front of you that you're making, and this person might come in and try and mess you up. It says connecting to the earth reminds me that abundance is unlimited. So your abundance is unlimited when you tap into it. And no one can take that away from you, no matter how much they hate you, no matter how much they hate themselves, no matter how much they try to mess with you. Just stay focused. Go with grace into new opportunity, into new groups of people. You don't have to explain your past to anybody. And you don't have to entertain people that try and mess with you to kind of keep you distracted. Don't be distracted by people that are wrong for you, that are giving you negative energy, basically. Just ignore them. Literally, just ignore them.